Welcome to playoff season. 20 drivers, 10 races, 1 champion. There will be plenty of highs.
Goes high. Kevin Thompson goes high.
Kevin Thompson's got it.
Kevin Thompson with a last-second move. My God, made the high side work.
A few lows.
Adam Gardner into him. That's going to bring out a caution for sure.
Oh, no.
And a whole lot of burn it down.
But Kevin Thompson, burn it down, son. If you still got any gas in that thing, my friend, burn it down. And he is going to burn it down. Well-deserved and earned for Andrew St. Coeur. Let's see a show.
Get ready. It's playoff time at Kansas for the Group 6 Cup Series.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Doghouse Racing TV, welcome to Kansas Speedway, and welcome to the Knapp Daddy Designs 201. We are officially halfway through our playoff race, and we are sure to have a banger of a race for you here tonight. As always, up in the booth, my name is Hunter Foley, up here with my broadcast partner, Jonathan Smith, and we are excited to be here with you all on this fine Thursday evening for a great night of racing. Before we get over to the action on the track, got our drivers out there finishing the practice right now. I want to make sure we pay the bills and thank all of our wonderful sponsors. As it has been all season and as it will continue to be for the rest of the season, this is the Group 6 Cup Series. Special shout out to Group 6 for being our series sponsor this year. Group 6 is a leading creative agency, and they are passionate about crafting cutting-edge websites, developing dynamic web solutions, and providing top-tier managed hosting services. Their mission is to help businesses of all sizes enhance their online presence, explore their wide range of services at group6inc.com, and see how they can help drive your digital success. Special thanks once again to Group 6 for being our series sponsor this year. Tonight's race, as you just heard, is brought to you by Knapp Daddy Racing Designs. For those that don't know, myself and John make up Knapp Daddy Racing. And Doghouse Racing TV was kind enough to give us our first shot at broadcasting, and we are very, very thankful to them for giving us this opportunity. It's one of the highlights of our week, each and every week, to be out here with all of you wonderful people and to be watching all this amazing racing going on the track. For those that don't know, we originally started as an iRacing design shop. Just last year, we've expanded to try to be your one-stop shop for anything iRacing. Check out the website at knapdaddyracing.com for all of your custom design, template, or logo needs. And be sure to check out some of the free content that is available on the website. Just updated it with some new templates and patterns that you can go pick up today for a very low price. And even if you're not into iRacing yourself, be sure to grab a t-shirt or a hat. Help support the boys. Check us out here, Doghouse Racing TV, for 5 more Thursday nights until we close this season out. You can catch us on our own channel on Monday nights and live on TikTok and Twitch as often as we can. Once again, cannot say enough how proud we are to be a part of the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series. Doghouse Racing League is also very proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations to try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Shout out to Shoney's for being a long-time friend and sponsor of the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series. We are also very proud to be brought to you by Butt Kicker. If you want to pick up the very best in racing sim haptics, be sure to head over to their website at thebuttkicker.com. They are trusted by both professionals and the everyday driver. especially if you would pick up something today on their website. You will not be sorry that you did it. Thank you once again to Butt Kicker for being a longtime friend and sponsor of the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series. Thank you to everybody out there joining us in the chat. Got 10 people in the stream already. B-Mac out there saying, hey there, Hunter and Jonathan. Looking forward to another great broadcast. Have a great race, Team BMP, especially Andrew, number 12. And how exciting would it be to see Andrew and Jamie neck and neck at the finish line with a little red heart? You are going to love a graphic we're going to bring up here in just a second. And Sandra Horne also saying, I agree with you, B-Mac. Shout out to everybody who joins us each and every Thursday night, whether you got a split screen with the baseball or with Thursday Night Football. We appreciate you for being here. Make sure you leave a like and you subscribe so you don't miss any of the playoff action that's going to be headed your way over the next couple of weeks. And as always, cheer on your drivers in the comments. They love hearing it. We love reading it. It's one of our favorite parts of being up here. Well, with that being said, we got drivers qualifying. I need to go ahead and shut up. Turn it over to my broadcast partner, Jonathan Smith, to tell us something useful about what we can expect here in the Knapp Daddy Designs 201 at Kansas Speedway. John, take it away.
Well, I'm not entirely sure if you can read hieroglyphics or if you're into that, but our standings board over here on the left-hand side is giving me a little bit of a glitch here, so bear with me. We'll get these results out for you here in a second so we get into qualifying. Right now, watching Richard Leclerc in that 117 car as he comes from round 1 and 2. Kansas is a fun track, man. I actually really like Kansas a lot. I think you'll find a lot of people in this league in that same boat that really like Kansas. I know this is going to be a hometown track for our guy Eric Wahrman out there in that 31 machine. He did pretty good out here last time we were here. I cannot even remember when it was. It felt like so long ago. But we are back. I'm going to do a quick little weather update just on the side here for you so you can see your driver qualify right now. Most of the guys, it's like they're bringing it down, but it looks like we're going to be looking at 75 degrees outside with a 92-degree track temp. So that track temp's a little bit hotter than I think what we were kind of thinking it was going to be out here, but a little bit of wind speed, about 10 miles per hour, could upset these cars a little bit. Humidity is going to be just nice for everybody out here on this track. I think it's going to be a fun race. Kansas is a track that you can have a few different lines on. Can definitely try out the high side, can definitely try out the low side if you want to, just whatever you're feeling, but there's going to be one line I think you'll see a lot of drivers settle into as the run goes on. You might see them utilize different lines to pass, but I think every driver will kind of find what works and sticks to it to keep their car out front.
100%. And then just a couple details about the race here. Again, this is Knapp Daddy Designs 201, so that means we're doing 134 laps out here at Kansas Speedway. This is a 1.5 mile track. We will be having a stage at lap 34 and lap 67. Again, if you are new to the Group 6 Cup Series or the Doghouse Racing League, we do not do stage cautions. Those are just for points. The lead driver at the end of those stages will get a extra 10 points, 9 for second, 8 for third. Do the math the rest of the way down. That's what we're expecting here tonight. Like John said, Kansas is going to be a very interesting track. Lots of different lines you can take out here. I think if we see these long green flag runs that we tend to see here in the Group 6 Cup Series, I think that's going to make a very interesting end of the race. But it's going to be fun either way as we get finished up with qualifying here and get ready to get over to the last 5-minute warm-up before we actually get this thing gridded up.
Yeah, I'm looking here at our driver's cams, really trying to bring it tonight and provide some new stuff I've been working on for you guys out there watching at home. That's been ever so faithfully every single week as we started, and we're quite honestly terrible on week 1 and trying to grow and make this a little bit more. So we're really trying to bring it tonight for the Knapp Daddy Designs 201. Just kind of, sometimes you got to dust off the nice shoes and put on a clean belt, clean tie.
There you go.
And that's kind of what we're going for here tonight. But with that said, we do not have driver cams. I don't have anybody got their cam up. That is partially my fault because I sent the link out a little too late. I was thinking that we could use the same room as before, chat room almost as before, but we cannot. I had to make a new one, and I sent that link out to those drivers about 10 minutes ago. So I apologize for that. But in the meantime, while these guys are coming around, let's see if we can get this point standings up for you really quick so you can see where your favorite driver is currently sitting in the points. Right now I have Jamie Horne out to a very good lead right now with about 85 points over Andrew St. Coeur, sitting in second place. Eric Wahrman moving up 2 spots from last week into that third place position. Justin McMahon in fourth. Kevin Thompson sitting in fifth. He moved down 2 spots. Got Chris Simon sitting in sixth. Gary Clune in seventh. Adam Thompson currently sitting in eighth in the points right now. Josh Cully in ninth. Steve Bonomo in 10th. Bill Gentry in 11th. Moving up 2 spots. Moving up 3 spots. Tyler Millette. Nick Atwood in 13th. Daniel Wilkerson 14th. Mike Leftwich 15th. Zach Miller in 16th position. And your final 4 in the playoffs right now: Adam Gardner, Mark Dumont, Tony Martin, Zach Michael. So a lot of good opportunity for these drivers to try to fight their way back up and get some more points. Eric Wahrman doing a really good job of that as of late, trying to get himself up in the points, and he's currently sitting in P3 coming into his hometown track. I'm expecting big things.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, like you were just saying. We've kind of had this Jamie Horne experience over the course of the playoffs. Jamie's just been getting better and better as the season's gone on, and as if it even seems possible. Seems like some of the other drivers might have a little bit more of an opportunity tonight than they're used to. I told Jamie put a comment down here: don't think you're supposed to spin circles on the qualifying lap. Obviously, for a lot of the playoffs here we've gotten very used to seeing Jamie Horne starting up there in that, at least that top 2 or 3. Jamie Horne going to be starting 18th tonight, so we had a little bit of a miscue on the qualifying.
And we do have just about 1 minute and 40 seconds coming up. But before we get gridded up, let's go ahead and make our picks for tonight. Hunter, you go ahead and lead us off.
Yeah, man, this was actually a pretty easy call for me here tonight. Remember from earlier in the year, Josh Cully had a really, really good night at Kansas. I believe he started like 28th or 29th, moved his way all the way up to second. Josh Cully, kind of the king of starting near the back of the pack, moving his way all the way up to the front. Had a really, really strong year this year, and I'm expecting big things here tonight. So I'm going Josh Cully to take home the checkers here at the Knapp Daddy Designs 201. Yeah, I think you can see it on the graphic actually. Average start 25th, average finish 11th.
Yeah.
Up 13 positions. I think he's going to do a few more than that tonight.
Yeah, I had a good time making that graphic, so I was like, what are some good stats for this that I could put in here? It's like 13 spots per race. An average of 13 spots per race is kind of crazy. 13.7 spots is kind of insane. I rounded that 25, and that 11 number was a little bit, so probably a little bit more than that, but actually insane what the guy's been able to do. If you want to see more of those stats, you can go to doghouseracingle.com and look at, there's a button down there on the schedule. It says see full schedule, and it will lead you to their Sim Race Hub page, and you can see a full stat sheet there, which is where I get most of my stats from for this league here. But for my pick tonight, I am going to go with, I'm trying to build a little bit of suspense here, but I'm going with Adam Thompson here tonight. 21 starts, 8 podiums this season, got an average driver rating of 94.3, puts him in the top 95th percentile of drivers in this league right now. Jamie Horne, I think, has a 109 average rating, 13 top 10s, and 1 win for the season. I'm taking Adam Thompson all the way for this race.
I like it. I like those graphics too, man. Just not to pat you on the back too much, but that's some good stuff. Well done.
I got to shine my shoes tonight and everything, you know. Shaved up a little bit, try to clean it up.
Yeah, it's the Knapp Daddy Designs 201. Gotta break out the church clothes for this one, man. We gotta do something impressive.
Absolutely, but we are about to grid up. Why don't you go ahead and read us off a grid here?
Be happy to, sir. Tonight, your pole sitter for the Knapp Daddy Designs 201 here in the Group 6 Cup Series is going to be Mr. Mike Leftwich of the Shoney's Racing Team. Pulling down the pole tonight, starting right alongside him, is going to be the 31 car of Eric Wahrman. John just mentioned this is his hometown track. Expecting big things out of him tonight. Starting in third, you're going to have the 56 machine of Adam Gardner. Been trying to make a run here recently, looking to see him have a big night as well. Another Shoney's Racing teammate. Starting in fourth with Chris Leftwich. Starting in fourth there. Kevin Thompson going to lead it off for Team BMP, starting in fifth. Tyler Millette, who we've been seeing be very, very fast over the last couple of weeks, is going to be starting in sixth place in that 94 machine. Justin McMahon going to be starting in seventh place tonight in the 24 car. Another Shoney's Racing teammate in Chris Simon going to be starting in eighth place tonight. Joe McKnight in the 51 going to be starting in ninth. John's pick tonight, Adam Thompson, going to be starting in 10th place tonight. Tony Martin in that number 2 going to be starting in 11th. Gary Clune going to be starting in 12th. Stephen Bonomo in that number 9 car going to be starting in 13th. 14th place is going to go to Nicholas Atwood. Race admin and fearless leader of the league in the number 28 car going to be starting 15th. Daniel Wilkerson. Going to have one Canadian after the other for 16th and 17th. Going to be Mark Dumont, followed by Richard Leclerc. Your points leader, Mr. Jamie Horne, is going to be starting in 18th place. Decided he wanted to do some donuts on the qualifying lap. Thought it'd make for good TV. Andrew St. Coeur is going to be starting in 19th. The battle continues between Jamie Horne and Andrew St. Coeur. My pick for the evening, Josh Cully, the number 88, going to be starting in 20th tonight. I would expect nothing less. Brandon Trush going to be starting in 21st in that number 23 car. Bill Gentry going to be starting in 22nd. And I do have Gary Armijo starting in 23rd in that number 7 car, but I do not see him currently on the track. Not sure if he's maybe given it a starting part tonight or maybe having some internet issues, but do have him on the list, but he is not out there as of right now. And another little update to your standings here before we get this thing underway. And Chris Leftwich was having some internet issues as we were trying to get this thing started, blinking out just a little bit. So he is going to start the race from the back of the pack until he can get those internet issues figured out. But what timing to get done with all of that yammering that I was doing. The pace car makes that hard left turn. We are getting ready to get this thing underway. Green flag is in the air. We are off to the races. Here in the 5th race of the playoffs of the Group 6 Cup Series. Great start from Mike Leftwich. Eric Wahrman trying to stick it close on the outside there. Adam Gardner right to the bumper. Oh, we're going to take it 3 wide for the lead already. Mike Leftwich there in the middle as Adam Gardner goes low. Eric Wahrman stays high. Leftwich going to fall back to 3rd place here. Kevin Thompson in that number 6 working his way around. Justin McMahon already trying to work on the low side of Mike Leftwich, trying to get something going. Maybe Mike Leftwich didn't get off to the greatest start. He's already had a couple cars work their way around here. Tyler Millette now passed by, looking as he gets into the top 5 here. Mike Leftwich up there on the high side. He's going to be battling with his Shoney's Racing teammate. That's going to mess me up all night long. It's battle for 5th and 6th right there. John's pick for the night, Adam Thompson, gets around Joe McKnight to get himself into 8th place. He's trying to look there on that low side as well. Looks like Tony Martin, number 2 car, is trying to work his way up.
Yeah, Eric Wahrman just made that pass around Adam Gardner to take the lead here. I really wanted to pick Eric Wahrman tonight for my pick. But you know, we do have that broadcaster curse, and it's kind of like a bittersweet thing, you know, picking a guy like I think he's going to win, but at the same time, you know, you're kind of cursing him. So
love to hear that.
Yeah, he already knows, man, so I think he'll be all right with it. He's already grabbed 8 podiums. We talked to him 8 times this year up in the booth, so this is a run that Eric Wahrman needs tonight. Coming up here, already gaining 2 spots, trying to chase down Jamie Horne, Andrew St. Coeur up in front of them in the points, I mean, he is just taking off right now. Eric Moore is a tire-saving guy. Out here getting a good lead on these guys. So my tower is finally refreshed and is not overlapping each other now. But you can see Wahrman out here to a 0.6 lead. Shuffling back here a little bit further to the back. Got some action going on. I believe that's Gary Clune there on the bottom side. Joe McKnight. Nick Atwood right behind his teammate.
Looks like he's going to have Nick Atwood try to tag right along there with him. Your pickup there, Adam Thompson's up there. Looks like he's trying to work on Justin McMahon, and he's going to get around there. He's going to try to work on Christopher Simon next, trying to get his way into the top 5. So those you definitely want to keep an eye on. Talk a little bit earlier about how your points leader, Jamie Horne, didn't get off to the greatest start, not the qualifying performance that we're used to seeing out of Jamie Horne. He is already up 5 spots, started in 18th, already worked his way up to 13th. Looks like he's probably going to get around Nick Atwood right here. Looks like Atwood got to the wall just a little bit. Jamie Horne's going to move up another position, already up 6 spots on the night. I picked Josh Cully, already up 3 spots, starting in 20th, up to 17th. Andrew St. Coeur also on the move. He's up 3 spots, starting in 19th. Worked his way up to 16th.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is I know Jamie Horne jokes about that extra 50 horsepower we got him again for our scheme. He's got a nice little paint scheme out there. It is not a Knapp Daddy Racing scheme, but at the same time, I mean, looking at results right now. We should talk about this Jamie later. I mean, no, I think he'll be up there back at the front. That is a nice looking paint scheme. Not one that Knapp Daddy Racing did, but kind of jealous that I didn't, but that is a good looking one there.
Don't you hate it when that happens, when you see someone's paint scheme, you're like, wow, that is really cool. I wish I would have done that.
Yeah, it happens on a daily basis. Adam Gardner falling back to 3rd place now as Kevin Thompson going to take over that position for 2nd place.
It looks like Kevin kind of got off to a run there too. After he got around Adam Gardner and Tyler Millette there, he just took off. He's trying to run down that 31 car of Eric Wahrman here early on in the racing. On lap 11 currently, again, of 134. We will have our first stage on lap 34. Second stage will be at lap 67. No cautions for those. It'll just be for bonus points. So I can definitely imagine why Eric Wahrman's in such a hurry to get out front and stay out front. Already got the bonus points for leading laps, obviously. But wants to make sure that he is still out there and not in too much danger of losing any position, as those bonus points would mean a whole heck of a lot to Eric Wahrman here, as he's been battling his way back into the top 3 in points.
Yeah, we're looking at a stage break here on lap 34 and on lap 67. If I can read my own handwriting there. Jamie Horne makes a pass around Joe McKnight there on the high side. Going to shuffle back just a little bit more. Honestly, let's be honest. Let's have honesty hour here between everybody. I had Gary Clune as my pick to win this race tonight, and we were about to get into this lobby to start this stream and noticed that Gary Clune wasn't in yet, so I had to change my picks, change the overlays really quick, and then he showed up. But so Gary is my honorary pick to win this race tonight. He needs a good win. Had a good race last week, came in 3rd place, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Looking to improve on that. Gary's been just making leaps and bounds this season.
And Mike Leftwich is back there, already working his way back up as well. Or Mike Leftwich, excuse me. Mike Leftwich was who started in 1st place. I got my Leftwiches mixed up. Sorry about that. Mike Leftwich started in 1st place here tonight, and he is currently all the way back in 16th right now. So not sure if there's something that he's trying to work on with the car. Maybe he's trying to go back and pick up Chris. Chris was supposed to start in 4th, was having some internet issues, so he ended up having to start back in the back of the pack. He is up several spots already, though, up to 18th. It's actually only Josh Cully that's in between the left witches right there. Looks like Josh might be trying to make him look to the outside here. He dives back in.
Yeah, as soon as you mention Chris, I go to his name and he blinks out on me, so. Oh,
Yeah,
somebody's around. That is Justin McMahon around. No caution right now. Wow. Might have been a single car spin. I thought I saw 2 cars, but I'm not sure.
I think I saw Tony Martin kind of loose as well.
Yeah, I could only see it out of like the corner of the screen, so I'm not sure if that was 2 cars or a single car spin. That is not going to be good for Justin McMahon out here in the playoffs, in the top 5 in the playoffs, trying to fight for a spot, get a little bit higher up, get some points tonight.
I went to go back and double check it. I mean, it just looked like he just got loose. It was Tony Martin that was kind of trying to brake and make sure he didn't get into Justin there. Justin only just barely tapped the wall.
And that is a single
Not gonna have too much. Not gonna have too much damage on that car. We're gonna have a lot of ground to make up. He's gonna find himself back in the back of the pack now in 22nd position. About 25 seconds behind the race leader. Not to beat the horse of that Jamie Horne is really good at all, but he just made a pass around Christopher Simon there. Jamie Horne's now in 5th. It has been 18 laps. Jamie Horne started in 18th. He is now in 5th.
And Gary Clune trying to get around Adam Gardner right now as well. Gardner was up there at the front, I believe starting 2nd this race. Maybe 3rd or 4th.
Also, while we've been back here yapping, Kevin Thompson has taken this race lead away from Eric Wahrman and has got himself out a little bit of a lead as well. Got about little over 0.3 of a second of a lead on Eric Wahrman. Todd Millette sitting in 3rd place. He's about 1.5 seconds back of the race lead. And you got John's pick for the evening. Adam Thompson started in 10th place, already up to 4th, less than 2 seconds behind the race lead, but right behind him, the man who needs no introduction, Mr. Jamie Horne, already trying to work his way back up to the front. Up 13 spots already here tonight. And no slouch himself, the number 12 car, the 2nd place in our points lead. Andrew St. Coeur up. That's going to be 11 spots currently. He is still trying to fight his way back up to the front as well. That has been a fun battle to watch all year long.
Thought I heard somebody spin or heard somebody sliding at least. Trying to go back there and find it. I'm laughing because you said he's no slouch, and I just got all these flashbacks of Caddyshack. Judge Smalls. Don't sell yourself short, Judge. You're a tremendous slouch.
I was watching Caddyshack the other night just because I was bored. It's just the monologue that Bill Murray has to himself. Just from a greenskeeper to a Masters champion. Oh, to the hole!
Talk about iconic. Sitting here watching Brandon Trush trying to get her up Bill Gentry right now. Gentry's been on a tear as of late, not only in this league, but in the Knapp Daddy Racing League. And usually I don't like to shout out part of the league in this one. But this is the Knapp Daddy Designs 201.
Figure you get a little bonus self-promo.
Yeah,
I mean,
why not? Yeah, just this one time, you know. We'll do a little Monday Night League with some fixed next-gen cars. A lot of these guys from Doghouse came on over and helped us out, and we're racing in it, and Bill's been throwing down over there.
Also one of my favorite voices to listen to over the driver radio. Again, for those that don't know, I am able to hear the driver radio. It just kind of helps us keep track on when maybe there's a caution or when something's happened. We try not to play that over the actual game itself, just in case anyone is wanting to use some PG-13 words. Maybe you're watching this with your kids, your grandkids, your dog, whatever the case may be. You don't want them to hear that, but also don't want to invade these guys' privacy being able to use the words that they want to use, but maybe little Jimmy doesn't need to know that one just yet. So, but when you hear Bill talk over the radio, man, it's just what a treat.
Yeah, it is. I love it. And speaking of hearing Bill's voice, if you want to hear Bill's voice more, you can hop into the Doghouse Racing League recruitment races where he does his sales pitch every Tuesday night. I think even Friday nights he might do it. But trying to get more people to join up in the Tuesday night ARCA series that is coming up starting next week. You can check that out on Intensity Broadcasting on YouTube. It's going to be a good time. Those are fun cars to drive. Jamie Horne taking the season last year, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I'm not supposed to say this, but I don't think that he's going to be racing for points next season. So we're definitely going to have a new champion. Definitely something worth checking out week in and week out. I think there's smoke in the air, and I don't know from where. I got Chris Leftwich pulling it down pit road right now.
Estimate Man is going to be our first car tonight to go a lap down as Kevin Thompson is able to work his way around in there. He has just been increasing that lead on Eric Wahrman here. Only a couple of laps to go until our stage. Eric Wahrman about a second back right now on Kevin Thompson. Tyler Millette about a second and a half back on the race lead. Jamie Horne has already gotten around Adam Thompson as well. Heard Adam come over the radio just a minute ago. Tell Jamie to take the low side.
Tyler Millette and Jamie Horne around Eric Wahrman right there.
That is going to move Eric Wahrman back into 4th place.
Well, he's going to try the high side here, top of Jamie Horne. And he's going to clear him.
Tyler Millette now going to be up in 2nd place. Eric Wahrman back around Jamie Horne. Eric Wahrman still sitting in 3rd place. Jamie Horne now in 4th. Adam Thompson currently sitting in 5th place. Chris Simon is going to be in 6th right now. Gary Clune in 7th. Andrew St. Coeur also fighting his way back up from the back of the packs. Is currently going to be in 8th place. 9th place is Nick Atwood. And Joe McKnight is going to be in 10th right now. Those are going to be the people who stand to benefit the most from this stage and the bonus points that come with it. Got some big movers right outside the top 10, though. Daniel Wilkerson. Oh, caution's out.
Thought I heard something. It's going to be Mike Leftwich trying to get it turned around.
He's going to be down there on the low side of the track as he's getting that thing back under power. It looks like Mike was just back there at the back of the pack and just got loose on him. And unfortunately, the car spun up. So he was kind of stuck there on the top of the track as other cars were trying to come by. Normally, we try not to throw the cautions for those single car spins, but that was definitely going to be a danger to the other drivers.
Yeah, I think the admin of this league do a really good job of knowing what is a caution, what is not a caution, and you got to have a lot of guys in here that also understand that concept and buy into that concept to make it roll like that. Not throwing the flag there on Adjustment Man, the single car spin off the track, keep the race going green. It's called iRacing, not iPacing. But that one,
Just such a good line. I've heard you do it before, but it still rings.
yeah, just iPacing is not a game that I pay to play or sign up for every week. So I like to race. I don't like to pace. So I love it when we keep it green, you know, single car spin. But that one in the middle of the track, obviously causing a danger to other people. See Tyler Millette in that new paint scheme right there. Same colors, but that is definitely a new scheme that he is running out there. It looks sharp. Looks like everybody's going to bring it down pit road.
Yep, only ones you're gonna have stay out right now is gonna be Chris Leftwich. He's gonna be trying to get a wave around here, and Justin McMahon, who should be our lucky dog winner here.
Yeah,
He's gonna get himself back on the lead lap.
Yeah, Justin will be able to come back around and pit this next time around. Chris Leftwich will not get in the wave around, but I believe Chris Leftwich just pitted.
Something else to consider here. Mike Leftwich had been kind of shuffled all the way back to the back of the pack. him having that first pit stall is definitely going to be a huge benefit for him in trying to get some of those positions back.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit of a race off pit road there. Jamie Horne almost legging it out. Or coming off pit road right there. I don't know if Wilkerson or Clune got that one. Not Clune, that's Cully, Josh Cully. Actually,
I wonder if Mike's got some damage or if he's trying to get something repaired on the car. He's still sitting on pit road. Don't see him going anywhere right now.
He's definitely got some front end damage off that car from that hit. And it looks like turn 2 is going to be a little bit loose coming out too, so you want that aero to be very nice and fit, especially with these Cater cars. You see them just pop out the front nose right there.
Looks like when we go to get this thing restarted, I'm unsure of what lap we're going to restart it on. Reminder that the stage would end up coming as the drivers are crossing on 34 to make it lap 35. And I wonder if we're going to have one green flag race, one green flag lap to basically decide who gets the stage, or if we actually are going to cross under caution.
Looks like the lights are off on the pace car, so we're about to go green this time around. But while we are here and still got just a little bit of time, last time out at this track, just to show you the results, taking this at Kansas with Shane Parrish, then Josh Cully, Daniel Wilkerson, Jamie Horne, and Eric Horne was your top 5. And if you look below, that is their qualifying position. Cully moving up from 29th to finish 2nd, Wilkerson 19th to finish 3rd, Eric Wahrman 17th to finish 5th. So those are some guys to look out for tonight. So we provide you another overlay that we have been working on. Not gonna lie, I've been watching a lot of like sports lately just to see what their overlays look like and how they do them. Like, I think I could do that.
While we are also under caution, we try to throw in little sports updates where we can. If you're choosing to spend your night with us, G-Men take a 7-3 lead on the Philadelphia Eagles, and someone else who currently has a lead is going to be Kevin Thompson as he takes the green flag here to make it lap 34. It's a one-lap race to see who's getting the bonus points. We're not going to throw a caution, but it will still be for points. Tyler Millette doing a good job of blocking off Jamie Horne down there on that low side. Kevin Thompson off to a good restart. Not a huge jump. Tyler Millette really digging in there low to make sure Jamie Horne can't get it around him. Looks like he's not quite able to stick it. Jamie Horne goes below the white line along with Christopher Simon, but that is going to be our first stage. Congratulations to Kevin Thompson for the 10 bonus points.
Yeah, Tyler Millette going to pick up that number 2 spot. It was really close between him and Jamie Horne. I'm not sure who got that 4th and 5th between Simon and Wahrman, but look out now. Andrew St. Coeur coming through.
He's already looking to the low side of Eric Wahrman. Seems like the low side's been having a pretty good amount of success tonight. I know that's going to be the side of the track where you're definitely going to burn the least amount of tires, which could definitely be impactful as the race goes on.
You know, it's funny you say that. It's almost like you're setting me up for some things here. I'm not sure if you are, but
I might be.
Going to our keys of the race tonight for Kansas. Keep it below the apron with a question mark? Not really sure. Sometimes it plays pretty well to keep it lower on the apron on the front stretch like you see Jamie Horne doing there. Also got to be very patient here, and you can burn your tires up very quickly. You got to make sure you're passing at the right time. Easy on the throttle coming out. Got to adapt to these track changes. We saw how hot the track was a little bit earlier. Checking in with another weather update. It is going to be increasing just a little bit here. And pit road strategies. We've just finished our first pit road cycle. Finding out when to pit, especially if we have a green flag pit stop. When to pit, who to pit with, and what the guys are doing in front of you is going to be crucial here. And a league this competitive, I've said it a lot, but a league that's this competitive, you win and lose races on pit road.
Yeah, and it's not even that you're just saying that. I mean, we've seen that happen so many times this year where it really just came down to pit road strategy and who knew they had the tires that could make it. And we've seen people literally blow their tires like after they cross the checkered flag line. We've seen people run out of gas on the last lap. We've seen people come back from being in wrecks, and just because they have really good pit road strategy, they're able to work their way back up to the front. Your pick tonight, Adam Thompson, actually a really good example of that. We've seen him do that twice this year. Just employing good strategy and maybe racing a little bit angry, been able to fight your way back into a top 5 that could have very easily been outside of the top 20.
Guys starting to get just a little bit more spaced out here. Looks like Chris Simon, as I say that, trying to make a look to the inside of Jamie Horne, but not going to take it there. Andrew St. Coeur right on his bumper.
And not to tee you up again or anything, but Chris Simon, the only thing separating our first and second place. Let's see, I can't talk tonight. That's great. That's been such a fun battle to watch all year, man. And I know you maybe cooked up a little something, kind of talking about that. So you hear a lot of people say sometimes, like, oh, well, if it's just Jamie Horne or Andrew St. Coeur winning, or you see the same guys up front, what's the fun in that? It's a lot of fun, especially when you see the stats.
It's a chess match between these two guys, both over 10 podiums, both over 20 top 10s this season. Very close in pole position win between Jamie Horne and St. Coeur. And not much separating them in the points, with Jamie Horne sitting in first place in the points, St. Coeur in second. But this has been a chess match all season long. And you guys have been looking forward to seeing these guys have been going neck and neck. We've had instances, I cannot remember the track to save my life right now. It might have been New Hampshire, where we saw Andrew St. Coeur hit that commitment line and come out of the pit road. Kind of messed up the win there, but Jamie Horne taking that win there. Jamie Horne had been leading wall to wall anyways, but it was a really good spot. And there's just been a lot of instances like that. These guys have been going back and forth, neck and neck, so it's been a good season so far between these two guys, and fitting that they're 1 and 2 in the points.
It's been a really great season, man, and maybe using the opportunity that it is the Knapp Daddy Designs 201 to be a little bit nostalgic, but thinking about kind of the progress that we've made too over the course of this year. I mean, Group 6 Cup Series, Doghouse Racing League was kind of generous enough to give us our kind of first big shot in broadcasting, and it's been just so much fun, and being able to learn and try to grow as the year has gone on, and then now having the opportunity to broadcast in other places too, and in our own league. And it's really all due to being able to be up here in the booth with all you wonderful people on Thursday nights. And so we really can't say enough nice things about the Doghouse Racing League and what the Group 6 Cup Series, not only the show that they put on every single Thursday night, but also what they've done for us, you know.
Yeah, what a mistake by those guys.
What were they thinking?
I mean, honestly, looking back for our first 1 to 3, 4 weeks, what were they thinking? They were probably like, man, we got to suffer for this for 30 weeks now. It came around. They came around.
What in the world did we do? We trusted a microphone to a guy from Goldsboro, North Carolina, and a guy with mullet and hand tattoos. What did we do?
Yeah, it's just like my golf game, what I tell you all the time when we play. It'll come around. Don't worry about it. It's really bad at first, but then it gets better as we go on through the day.
Around to the right.
But what I'm worried about is usually when I get to hole 16, 17, and 18, it gets really bad. So we don't want to mess anything up here. These guys are starting to get a lot more spread out now. And a caution comes out. Mark Dumont. Going to go ahead and
it's like an immediate toe. I hate it for Mark Dumont, and I'm going to cover that before I say what I'm about to say. Again, hate it for him. I'm sorry that his race is over. But he had a B-roll worthy crash there.
Good thing we got Danny the drone cam working some overtime today. Give it to us in slow motion, Danny. He's sliding. About
Do you hear the music?
Ooh. What is happening? Okay.
Tokyo Drift, baby.
Sorry, I was trying to cut back over here really quick. I'm getting just red across the board on over here on my side. Where it's saying everybody is actually crashing.
Yeah, listen.
Just a little. Let's see if I can actually do this here. Just a little cut over to what I see behind the scenes here. And I get a little red notification when people crash, and this is all I saw for a second. What is going on? I guess everybody's slowing down slow enough where iRacing thought they were crashing. Little behind the scenes media moment. I have a lot of buttons over here and I don't know what half of them do.
But it's a lot of buttons.
And I'm not going to lie, I mean, this is the Knapp Daddy Designs 201, so again, Odyssey Hours, a fun stream for us. I have, in the middle of broadcast before, just hit a button to see what it does and end up liking what it does. And I'm like, all right, we're going to keep doing that. And there's some buttons up here that I still
There's
haven't
one of those
touched.
buttons that like kind of fades in, fades out on a camera, changing it over to a different person at like a different part of the track. It's really cool. I also found that button on accident when I was doing one of the broadcasts by myself. And again, Knapp Daddy Racing Odyssey Hour. I know way less about it than John does. John is the brains of the organization, president and CEO of Knapp Daddy Designs. I'm the personality guy. I'm not the one that comes in there and gives you a good match week in and week out. Trying to use a wrestling example here. John is the Undertaker. I'm the Ric Flair.
Hunter is the good wide receiver, the WR1 that you need on your fantasy team. He might not draw up the plays in the football in the backyard, but he's definitely going to do something flashy to bring it home for you.
We were trying to get some stuff figured out here under caution. That's why this has been a little bit extended. I think because of the issues with the yellow flag there. We're trying to get the correct lucky dog, which I believe is going to go to Mr. Mike Leftwich, who was back in 20th. So we're going to increase the caution time just a little bit so he has time to get around. And then we will get back to racing.
Yeah, I think the pace lights just went off there. So we should be going green this time around. Got Kevin Thompson, Jamie Horne going to be starting out in that front row. Kevin Thompson, your leader, let him take that bottom side. You got Andrew St. Coeur, Tyler Millette in that second row. I see Eric Wahrman and Chris Simon. That glare is getting to me there.
Yeah, you're just gonna have you got a big mix of teams up there at the front. Kevin Thompson, Andrew St. Coeur, both Team BMP in first and third. Got Jamie Horne up there in second place. Tyler Millette in fourth. Chris Simon for the Shoney's racing team in fifth. Big mix of teams up there. It's still sure to be a lot of action, as I believe it's gonna be lap 51 when we cross the stripe here. Be a race for the next 16 laps to see who gets the bonus points for stage 2 as we stack them back up. They hit the restart zone and we are back underway. Look at the jump. Oh no, the bottom lane stacked up. Nick Atwood all the way around into the grass. The top lane just gets up and gets going. This is very unfortunate for Kevin Thompson and Andrew St. Coeur. Got bottled up down there on the bottom side. Jamie Horne going to take off to the race lead for the first time tonight. Tyler Millette going to be right behind him. Kevin Thompson trying to get to the low side of Tyler Millette there. Eric Wahrman going to be up there on the high side. Gary Clune moving forward as well.
Tom Millette trying to make a pass here on the inside. I can't remember correctly, and I'm kind of just spitballing, but I believe Tyler Millette has won a race here with the Doghouse Racing League before. Those guys are 3 wide right there as they get around Jamie Horne. Jamie Horne falling back just a little bit. Gary Clune now holding to that 4th place spot. Andrew St. Coeur getting around. Tony Martin falling right behind. Horne's falling back.
Yeah, Tyler Millette really good.
He's got to hold that bottom side to make sure Kevin Thompson does not get a run there. Thompson's been fast, lead a lot of laps this race. Your stage 1 winner.
Sorry, I was trying to listen to the radio a little bit there. We were trying to figure out some of the goings on there with that restart. The first thing I was going to say was that what a move by Tyler Millette. He got such a great entry going in right there, able to dig that low side, get all the way back up to the front. You saw Jamie Horne kind of fall out of line there for a second. Apparently what happened was on the restart there was a money shift up in the front. That's what caused kind of the stack on the low side. So Jamie Horne actually got a black flag for passing before the green flag. They ended up actually going ahead and clearing that. You actually had, weirdly enough, you had Team BMP come over the radio saying that Jamie shouldn't have to serve that penalty because it wasn't really his fault. He was stuck. There wasn't anything he could do. And you got to go somewhere, and that low side did not go somewhere.
A lot of good sportsmanship out there. 3 wide. Josh Cully on the inside of Adam Gardner. Chris Simon falls back. Adam Thompson's going to try to get that spot from Chris Simon.
And how much fun is that, man? Our 2 picks right there. Both battling it out and inside, or just outside the top 10, I should say. Josh Cully sitting in 10th right now. Adam Thompson sitting in 11th place. A lot of big movers here tonight, though, man. I mean, Andrew St. Coeur up from 19th to 5th right now. Gary Clune up from 12th to 4th. Tony Martin up 5 positions as well to be in 6th. Jamie Horne up 11 spots to be sitting in 7th. He's led laps here tonight. Who says a race has to have a lot of cautions to be exciting?
I have never said that. Give me green flag racing.
Well, it just opens up so much. I mean, I feel like a lot of the leagues or the races that you watch when it's very caution heavy, it's just because there's nothing else going on. But when you have, I mean, these guys just like, it just seems like they build a story as the season goes on. You got all the different chess matches happening with the different drivers and the different teams and who pit where and who took 2 tires here, who took 4 tires here. It just, to me, it's so engaging. It's one of the reasons I love the Group 6 Cup Series, the Doghouse Racing League so much, is it just gives you, you get so much for so little. It's free. You don't have to have a cable subscription. You don't have to pirate your neighbor's Wi-Fi. You don't have to jailbreak your Fire Stick. It's just there. You can watch it.
Yeah, speaking of which, next season we're going to be signing a deal with Amazon Prime on Thursday nights.
Tubi came and they had money. We told them no.
Tyler Millette still out here leading this thing by about 3/10. Kevin Thompson trying to pull in. Eric Wahrman sitting in 3rd place. Gary Clune in 11th. And his teammate Andrew St. Coeur right in 5th. And there's Jamie Horne right behind him, just as we talked about earlier, that head-to-head matchup between these 2 guys.
Kansas does have that tendency to spread out, and then as we get more and more green flag laps. Golly, words are difficult tonight. you just start to see the different strategies that the drivers are using. You see people going all the way down to the bottom of the track, go below the white line in some cases. You guys still trying to rip the high side. You can get so much speed up there. We're going 3 wide there. Down at the bottom, Jamie Horne.
He's going to have a really slow entry. Clune looks like he got into a little bit of St. Coeur there. St. Coeur came up just a little bit. I'm not really sure. Either way, Clune's going to get loose, fall back a little bit to Tony Martin.
Tony Martin also having a really good night tonight, up a couple spots, running very comfortably inside the top 10 there.
Yeah, that's that iconic blue too. I don't think I've seen him run another paint scheme. Got the Dodge on the hood. He is prepared for next year's NASCAR season, where I believe they're going to be introducing Dodge cars.
I mean, a blue Miller Lite 2 Dodge. If that does, you don't read that and hear the bald eagles. I got nothing for you.
I'm curious because I know that NASCAR has talked about they're going to have Dodge come in next year or maybe the year after, but they've also hinted at other manufacturers wanting to come in as well. And I'm not really sure who that would be.
When you think of Dodge racing in NASCAR, who's the first driver you think of?
Don't ask me that because I might not remember this.
Oh, because I've got one.
Let me hear yours first.
I had
the same one.
I had the die cast.
I know. I have a die cast of it right now.
I had a die cast of it when I was a kid. It was that black and green Casey Kane car.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was thinking here, I was like, either Casey Kane or Jeremy Mayfield.
He was Dodge as well.
I remember I had the red, and I remember the 9. I think Mayfield was the 19 at that time.
Oh, Adam Thompson gets into the wall a little bit there as they were coming out of the turn. Oh, it was a pretty good lick there, but able to keep it going. As Adam Thompson has turned the burners on here. He's battling with Gary Clune, trying to get into 6th place, and he is going to complete that pass. Josh Cully right behind Gary Clune trying to make some moves as well. Those guys are both trying to move forward.
Yeah, the one I was thinking that I didn't want to say and be wrong was Bill Elliott. But he did drive a Dodge.
Wild Bill from Dawsonville.
But Jamie Horne up here trying to pass around Eric Wahrman.
Yeah, I know we talked about it before the race where we were saying that a lot of people use the high lane as the speed lane, but you don't try to stay up there because it burns too much tires. But this is not the first time tonight I see someone ripping the low side to try to make something happen, and they're doing it very, very successfully. I mean, you can kind of see that again. You look toward our top 3 right there: Kevin Thompson, Tyler Millette, Jamie Horne. Watch the line that Kevin Thompson has taken. As you see him kind of take it up the track, goes all the way to the wall, and then brings it right back down. Caution out on the track. Justin McMahon again.
Pretty unstable in those bumps up there.
Looked like he just started. John, did you ever skateboard?
I could go forward and backwards, and that's not it.
You know what the death wobble is?
Yeah, I know that from longboards.
Me too. It kind of looked like Justin McMahon's car got the death wobbles right there.
That's a terrible feeling, especially when you're in the mountains of Lynchburg, Virginia, trying to go down a big hill.
I was gonna say I can genuinely say that the closest I probably ever came to getting Tupac meet and greet tickets was when I was trying to ride my longboard at Liberty University freshman year, and I parked all the way up at the top of this parking lot that was near the library or near the bookstore, and I would fly down that hill all the way to get to my class, and a car pulled out in front of me, and I bailed right at the last second because they saw me coming, instead of deciding to, I don't know, reverse, get out of my way, and not potentially end my whole career, they just kind of sat there and looked scared. And so I bailed at the last second. I went over their hood, kind of Dukes of Hazzarded it with a pretty nice fall at the end. And my longboard went up under their car. And it ended up getting stuck under the tire, broke the front off my longboard. And so to this day, if you look at the longboard that I have in the back of my car, the front of it's broken off. And that is because freshman year, I almost got hit by a car.
Jamie Horne winning that race off of pit road, that is actually kind of wild. I don't think I've ever had anything like that happen to me. It's like everybody just about pitted there. Steve Bonomo stays out. He's going to be taking that P1 spot, moving up 12 spots tonight. But no, I know we were talking about, because I used to live up there at the top of that hill, actually at a place called The Hill at Liberty. And I had to park about a mile away, which I think it was literally about a mile in the parking lot, all the way across campus at the bottom of the hill. And that was the fastest way to get there. Got to make them cookout runs, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Steve Manoa going to take the lead right here from Kevin Thompson, but as B-Mac was saying in the comments, you're shining tonight, Kev. Kevin Thompson has been shining, and he, while we were going over the caution and my dumb stories, Kevin Thompson took the second stage of the race. There's going to be a lot of good bonus points for Mr. Kevin Thompson before we get back underway here as we're about to grid this thing up and get taken off. Your quick sports updates. Phillies and the Dodgers heading to the 10th inning.
Pretty baseball.
And in extra innings, if you want to see what's going on there. G-Men still have a lead on the Philadelphia Eagles. That is 13-10 right now.
What a weird night for Philly fans.
Weird night for Philly fans. And would you believe it or not, I had one of my friends call me right before that game came on and said Giants money line. And I told him that I thought he was a dumb person.
I was watching ESPN today, and a lot of people were saying Giants. Like, this is their chance, but not something I probably would have done, but I'm excited to see what Steve Bonomo is going to do right here.
Good one. Well
Not
done.
Pitting, coming to the green flag, got the inside row. He'll control this restart.
They hit the restart zone. That is going to make it lap 72 when they cross the stripe. What a restart for Steven Bonomo. On the old tires, able to clear Jamie Horne. Jamie going to be sitting there in second by himself. Eric Wahrman and Andrew St. Coeur going to be battling door to door there. Steven Bonomo throwing the block. And coming in like a rocket ship. Look who it is. It is Adam Thompson in that 71 machine. Looked like he checked high on Eric Wahrman. Decides to go back to the low side. Jamie Horne down to the inside. Andrew St. Coeur dropping in to grab that position as well. Oh, Andrew St. Coeur all the way up the track and into Steven Bonomo.
Yeah, it looks scary when you see it happen that fast, but I mean, that's just a good move by Andrew St. Coeur, trying to use as much track as he can to arc himself into that corner. Got to know how wide your car is, and got to have a little bit of trust for the guy you're driving beside to know that he's going to go up as well. It's just good driving by both of those guys right there.
A lot of movement going on here early. Jamie Horne takes the lead away from Steve Bonomo. Andrew St. Coeur right there behind him. Eric Wahrman sitting in third place now. Adam Thompson came flying in there to take fourth place. Tyler Millette going to be sitting in fourth right now. Gary Clune going to be fifth. Tony Martin in sixth. And the parade is happening, unfortunately, for Steven Bonomo. Daniel Wilkerson down there on the inside. He's going to clear.
It was like Joe McKnight
Gary
getting
Clune
around.
working hard as well. Got Brandon Trush back there. He's working on trying to get up a spot as well. Don't know what happened to Josh Cully. Had seen him moving up very similar to Adam Thompson. He is back in the 17th position at this point. Also see Kevin Thompson all the way in the back of the pack as well. He's going to be sitting in 16th right now. having been pretty daggone dominating as this race has gone on, taking both of the stages here tonight. But we have got some good battles cooking up out front with our top 5. No big separation right now as these guys are all racing for position right now, and it is tight racing right now. So interesting to see the different strategies that people are using right there as they're crossing that stripe. We just saw 2 out of our top 5 go way below the yellow line and bring it back up right as they cross that stripe. The other guys keep it above it. What's the thought process behind diving below the line? They're at the strike.
Well, if you really want to get down and think about the physics of the car and how that aerodynamic. No, the real reason is that it's a shorter part of the track. That's the real reason behind it. So you are taking the shorter part of the track. So theoretically, you think I should be faster. I'm going to the lower side. We talked about Daytona earlier this year. If you measure the inside of the track versus the outside of the track, it's almost a 0.05 mile difference. For that, here it's not going to be as exaggerated, but taking that shorter side for sure might put you a little bit of speed, but you got to have the car set up to handle that bump. It does get a little bit loose down there when you go that way. So your car is definitely got to be set up for it. We are going to be heading to Phoenix with a dog leg for the next few weeks. Phoenix is my #1 favorite track, and we're going to see a bunch of those guys jump down to the bottom and really cut the track, and it's kind of jarring once you come off the track right there. You can really get loose. Here you're not get as loose, but for sure, same concept, taking the shorter side. Just the problem is the grip. That's why you see guys sometimes gain, sometimes not gain.
And again, secret time for everyone at home. John is in medical school. I have half of a business degree, and even I can do the math on that one. Short distance, go faster.
Yeah. It's like trying to trace your finger to your thumb. It's better just to go right across instead of going all the way around.
That is a really good analogy, actually, that I've never thought of.
That is good old redneck NASCAR logic.
Love it. Caution's out.
I don't even see Adam Gardner.
Richard Leclerc looks like he's involved. Looks like Adam Gardner. Just heard Adam Gardner come over the radio and say that one was on me.
We can go back and see just about what happened there. Might have to rewind just a little bit. Adam Gardner coming back up on the track, and that's kind of what we were talking about a second ago with Andrew St. Coeur, Steve Bonomo. There's that trust factor to know that guy above you is going to keep climbing up the track a little bit more, which is why I think you see such clean racing this league is because a lot of these guys race together for a while. They know how each other race, know where each other is going to go. Yeah, I think he was just expecting Leclerc to come up just a little bit more there. But regardless, we'll talk about this again at Phoenix with that dog leg and crossing. The guy on the track on the high side does have the right of way. He can decide to stay up, go down, wherever he wants to go.
Yep, he does. If you are below the white line, the guy up at the top does not owe you any sort of courtesy or owed you to get back up on the track or anything like that. That is their position. They can hold it as long as they want. And that means holding you below the yellow line, so be it. And if you decide to come up and let them have it because of it, then that is your fault.
Watching these guys come into pit road. Watch Andrew St. Coeur and Gary Clune here. Both diving out at the last second. I believe the commitment line here tonight is that yellow cone. Playing a little gotcha there.
That's what it's looking like for our grid. When we get this thing restarted, we're going to be restarting. I believe it's going to be lap 85. Or when they cross the stripe, it's going to be lap 85. It's going to be Andrew St. Coeur, Tyler Millette, Gary Clune, Tony Martin, Jamie Horne, Joe McKnight, Eric Wahrman, Chris Leftwich, Adam Thompson, and Chris Simon, making up your top 5 here. Once again, I want to give a big shout out to everybody watching at home. A lot of good sports going on tonight, and you're choosing to hang out here with us. We appreciate it. We appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for joining us for the Knapp Daddy Designs 201 here in the Group 6 Cup Series on Doghouse Racing TV. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you go ahead and do that so you don't miss any of the playoff action that we have coming your way over the next couple of weeks. Leave a like and a comment. Cheer on your drivers. We love to read it. And they're going to need the cheers as we come into the last little bit of this race here, as we're going to cross the stripe on lap 85 of 134. Again, shout out to all of our wonderful sponsors, not just us, but also to Group 6 and Shoney's and Butt Kicker. We appreciate you guys for stepping up to the plate and making all of this possible. But do go to NappDaddyRacing.com if you haven't had a chance yet. And even if you're not into iRacing, you can get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a hat, help support the boys. Realistically, if you buy a hat, I need to get some more hats made, but t-shirts we have, stickers we have. Pace car makes the hard left turn, and we are about to get back to racing. Andrew St. Coeur going to take the green flag here as we go into lap 85 of the Knapp Daddy Designs 201. His teammate in BMP, Gary Clune, going to take second place. Tyler Millette going to be right behind him. Joe McKnight able to get around Tony Martin early on. He's going to be sitting in fourth place currently. Lots of battles going on the track right now. Josh Cully making a big move to get around that 83 of Chris Leftwich. Josh Cully taking it all the way below the line. Let's see, he's got Jamie Horne joining him on that strategy.
Ooh, Tony Martin just a little bit looser on the high side.
Yeah, Tony Martin with a little bit of move there, but the 83 of Chris Leftwich starting to blink pretty bad right there. That is risky as they are almost going to be 3 wide, so that is a tough spot to be blinking. Oh, it's unfortunate to see the 83 right there going to have to drop below the line. Oh, and there's a parking lot behind him.
Adam Thompson, Bill Gentry. At least Simon got out of that. I was just about to mention Adam Thompson. This is also a hometown track for him as well.
I'll be honest with you, I think Adam got out of that without too much damage.
See if we can back it up to see what happened here. It looks like it started way back here, actually. Leave Adam Thompson coming down just a little bit into the lane of Kevin Thompson. Gets a little loose. Simon gets into the side of him. Trush barely gets out but scrapes the wall. Mike Leftwich, Bill Gentry, Stephen Bonomo. He's going to have some back end damage, but I don't know how much more than that. And he saw Adam Thompson kind of spinning his wheels there as he was spinning. I'm not sure if that was on purpose. That's something I've been talking to another person about recently. When you do spin, is it better to let your wheels just keep spinning, or is it better to hold the brake and mess up your tires?
And the answer is?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think the jury's still out on that one, trying to decide, but just some food to thought, because these cars, even in the sim, when you do spin, that will heat up tires a lot quicker and cause a lot more wear on them. We were just kind of talking back and forth and philosophizing on some different things, and
Philosophizing.
yeah, that's the word. That's the word. Just curious to see, like, if you were to hold the brake and slide the tires,
That's not a word.
is it any better, or is it better just kind of let it spin and hope you don't have as much friction between the tires as they're going around? But maybe I'll go out on the track and just wreck myself a few times and put the results in Motec and see what she says.
When we go to get this thing restarted, it looks like it is going to be Mr. Andrew St. Coeur at the front of this race. Gary Clune going to be restarting in second, Tyler Millette in third, Joe McKnight in fourth, Josh Cully in fifth, Jamie Horne in sixth, Tony Martin in seventh, Eric Wahrman eighth. Ninth place is going to go to Daniel Wilkerson, and Nicholas Atwood is going to round out your top 10 when we go to get this thing restarted here. Looks like we had Brandon Trush bring it down pit road here. He's going to have to loop back around, get at the back of the pack. Adam Thompson as well involved in that caution. Looks like he's got it back out on the track, trying to catch back up. Bill Gentry, unfortunately, looks like he is still down on pit road.
This is the Knapp Daddy Designs 201, a little Knapp Daddy design for you on your screen there. That is the Brandon Trush's Jordan Great Edition.
Sheesh.
To make that look like rubber there on that black on the side was very difficult to do. It's probably the most layers I've ever put on a car to make a paint scheme. But looks like pace lights are off. We are gridded up 2 by 2. St. Coeur's got control of the restart. Clune on his outside. Millette and Joe McKnight going to follow right behind. Big punch off for Andrew St. Coeur.
What a restart there by Andrew St. Coeur. Gary Clune digging in on that low side, trying to make something work. Joe McKnight going to be right behind him. Tyler Millette, he slid back just one position there on the restart. But Jamie Horne right there on his outside. Joe McKnight. Josh Cully looking for his spot to stick his nose in as well. Eric Wahrman battling.
Oh, Eric Wahrman really loose there, able to save it.
Look at the action here going on up front. What a move right there by Justin McMahon. Going down to the inside of the number 2 of Tony Martin. He's almost going to make it 3 wide. They're going to be side by side with Kevin Thompson. Look at the movement right now.
Problem is, I only have 1920 pixels to capture it.
Never enough. 3 wide through the middle. Kevin Thompson shoots the gap between Eric Wahrman and Josh Cully.
Look at Thompson.
He's
going
to immediately, he's going to try to get to the inside of Tyler Millette. He's going to actually get the pass right here. Eric Wahrman really loose. Almost gets into Daniel Wilkerson.
Bonomo's around. Look at Adam Thompson shooting the gap, taking full advantage. That 71 car there. Kevin Thompson looks to the outside of Jamie Horne.
We've said it before, we'll say it again. Adam Thompson, and after something bad happens, you better watch out because he's about to do some driving. Lucius better shut up on the radio and let him work. Same thing for Kevin Thompson, working the outside of Jamie Horne here. He's going to have Gary Clune and Joe McKnight in front of him to still deal with, even if he's able to get around here. again, sportsmanship in the comments. B-Max saying, come on, Jamie, get up there, make Andrew work.
Andrew is not doing a little much right now, just sitting very comfortably holding that lead, trying to keep that buffer between him and his teammate Gary Clune, but Kevin Thompson getting around Joe McKnight there on the inside. Wow.
Are we going to see a replay of
Atlanta.
Of our Atlanta races?
×2.
Kevin Thompson snatching the victory away when it was just sitting in the palm of Andrew St. Coeur's hands. I know you said before, that's not me talking trash. We are teammates until the good Lord comes back or the white flag comes out. And Kevin Thompson has made good use of that particular strategy twice this season. He's got to try to get around his other teammate in Gary Clune first to try to do something about it, though. BMP top 3 right now.
Yeah, your pick Josh Cully here trying to get around Tyler Millette, working that inside. Needs a good runoff. Looks like he might have it here. I'm not sure if he's going to have it yet.
Sandra Horne in the comments saying, holding my breath, yikes. I'm also holding my breath, as you can probably tell from all the stuttering. And I've got to do some broadcasting, so.
Here we go. Kevin Thompson working the outside of Gary Clune.
This is kind of one of the first times tonight, I'll be very honest, that I've seen someone really try to rip the outside and make the pass. I've seen a lot more people try to use the inside to get the job done here tonight.
It's like Tyler Millette's
Jamie
able to
Horne's
power through around Josh Cully.
Jamie Horne still sitting there in 4th place behind the 3 BMP guys. He's waiting for Gary Clune and Kevin Thompson to finish battling it out so you can try to make a move. Joe McKnight still sitting there in 5th place as well within striking distance. As we're going to have 35 laps to go this next time by.
Nick Atwood hard to the wall. I expect Kevin Thompson to kind of catch St. Coeur here now that he's not racing side by side with somebody. We heard Jamie Horne talk about it last week. Whenever you do get beside somebody, it seems like it slows them down a ton. I think that's kind of a product what we just saw there is now that Thompson's around, starting to gain a little bit of time here. Ooh,
Speaking of Thompson, the Adam version of the Thompsons is making his move. He is back inside the top 10 as he completes a pass on Justin Van. He's going to now try to go to war with Nicholas Atwood, who we just saw getting the wall a little bit right there. Is there any sort of like a draft or anything of these guys, or is there going to be really any teamwork that helps you at Kansas other than just throwing a block for somebody?
No, not much, but you're going to have the complete opposite of teamwork where you can almost wreck somebody on accident but on purpose, just depending on how you pull up to their bumper, especially in these next-gen cars. If you get up behind them very quickly, it can get them very, very loose around these corners.
That was one of the big changes that we've talked about before. It was 2 iRacing updates ago. They changed the arrows so much on these cars. So there's some tracks where it especially shows up. I think Kansas being a good example. Next week's Phoenix also being a really good example where you've got to be so particular with the angle you take with the car and how you actually enter the turns. And if someone gets on your bumper the wrong way, you know, have fun. Give me a spicy chicken. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, I know before the update you could do kind of a similar thing, but you almost had to work it a little bit. I know Texas was always a good track to, not a good track to do what I should say, but Texas was a great example of a track that you could definitely spin somebody from behind without touching them. Just kind of get on their bumper and swipe over to the right just a little bit, move that air from underneath the car, lift up the back end a little bit, and it'll definitely cause them to spin on exit of turn 4, but now it just seems like if a car gets too close to your bumper, it can cause these things to spin.
Call that in the business a yoink. That's what you say right when you drive off their bumper on the right. Say yoink. Bye.
In the physics world, that is what we call lift. And it's the opposite of what most of these drivers want, which is more downforce. A little bit more downforce, get some more grip.
I feel like you might as well have said in that sentence, in not dum-dum land.
Yeah, just the way these cars are shaped with that low pressure bubble behind the cars, it causes some of that pressure to go underneath the car. Speed it up just a little bit and cause some lift underneath the car.
Someone who is not lifting a bit, though, the number 71 of Adam Thompson has gotten around both the 91 of Nick Atwood and the 88 of Josh Cully. Adam Thompson restarted back there in the back of the pack after being involved in that last caution. He is back up into 7th already, trying to run down Tyler Millett, who's currently sitting in the 6th position. But Andrew St. Coeur doing such a great job up the front, hitting his marks every single time. Kevin Thompson still right at 0.6 of a second behind. His BMP teammate got BMAC in the comments cheering on Team BMP. Jamie Horne going to be about 1.1 seconds behind the race leaders, can put it about a half a second behind Kevin Thompson. He has been able to get around the other BMP teammate of Gary Clune, who's currently sitting in 4th place.
Yeah, and just walking it back a little bit further tonight, got Joe McKnight sitting in 5th place right now. Still holding off Tyler Millett, who is in 6th place, having a good run for himself tonight. Adam Thompson coming around in 7th place. Josh Cully and Nick Atwood. Atwood battling on the high side here of Tony Martin, Daniel Wilkerson right behind, trying to find a way around. Might follow Atwood around. Might take the inside with Tony Martin. Which side is going to be faster?
Don't discount Tony Martin. They got Daniel Wilkerson right behind him in 11th place. Both of those guys moved up positions from where they started this race. Been very, very fast all night long. I know we've seen both of them inside the top 10.
Yeah, Justin
several
Mann.
points tonight.
Justin Mann involved in 2 incidents here tonight. One with no yellow flag thrown and still able to get himself into 12th position right now. Steve Bonomo behind him. Chris Simon trying to get around. Brandon Trush behind him in 15th place. Mike Leftwich, your pole winner, sitting in 16th. And Eric Wahrman, I think he got a little bit loose earlier and fell back. He is in 17th place.
Fortunately for Eric, he's kind of left out to dry right now. He's going to be 12 seconds behind the race leader. He's sitting in 17th. Bill Gintry, we saw involved in that last caution with Adam Thompson. He's going to be a lap down. He is going to be in 18th position. Chris Leftwich has called it a night after the internet issues, as has Richard Leclerc. Adam Gardner also out of the race tonight. Same for Mark Dumont. That is 20th, 21st, and 22nd positions out here tonight.
Something happened. And Andrew
Nice.
St. Coeur got passed
Scripted.
by both Kevin Thompson and Jamie Horne while we were doing our walkthrough there, which is typically how things go like that. But really quick, want to go back and just kind of see what happened here. That's what it was. Andrew St. Coeur getting very loose coming out of turn 2 there. That's going to allow Thompson and Horne to get by St. Coeur. And now Jamie Horne trying his hand at Kevin Thompson, taking the inside. Would this be a 4-peat for him?
This would be a 4-peat for Jamie Horne if he's able to get the win here.
There's 22 to go. Thompson's been fast all night, got to hold him off, but Jamie Horne was able to climb through that pack earlier.
And you see Kevin Thompson and Jamie Horne just take off right there. Jamie Horne right on the bumper of Kevin Thompson, but they now have 1.5 seconds over Andrew St. Coeur, who's sitting in 3rd place right now. Gary Clune, his teammate, going to be sitting in 4th place. Joe McKnight right there in 5th place. Tyler Millett in 6th right now. And Adam Thompson worked his way up from the back of the pack to get back up into 7th place. Been kind of stuck there for the last little while. The caution flag is out.
No.
Oh no. Looks like it is Nick Atwood trying to get the power back under it. I would pay really good money to know what is going to go on in Kevin Thompson and Jamie Horne's minds right now. Kevin Thompson was obviously in the lead right there when that caution came out, but Jamie Horne was also right there with him, excuse me, trying to hold off a sneeze. Which I will say, if that doesn't go to show the amount of respect I have for this seat up here in the booth, because there is nothing more unsatisfying than holding in a sneeze.
Yeah, that's one of my weird things is I absolutely hate sneezing.
Really?
I hate sneezing. Oh my gosh. I will hold
I
in a sneeze
feel it-
all day if I have to. Bunch of guys
I feel like
diving
sneezing
off.
is one of the gifts from God that it just shows us that he loves us.
This is not good. What's not good is sneezing, but this is not good for Kevin Thompson. I don't think this is a strategy he thought was going to happen. That's one of the cons of leading a race is you don't know what the guys are going to do behind you, and generally they're going to do the opposite of what you're doing.
So we are going to see a shuffle here as Kevin Thompson on lap 116 of 134 elects to stay out on the track. That is going to put Stephen Bonomo right alongside him. Believe that's going to put Mike Leftwich up there as well. Remember, Mike Leftwich, your pole winner here tonight. Seems like he's been kind of fighting the Kansas struggles here tonight. Seen him all the way back in the back of the pack here tonight on a couple different occasions. But he is going to be restarting up there right alongside the leaders.
And I don't know about this for Kevin Thompson here.
This is an interesting one for sure.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I think if Kevin Thompson would have pitted there, I think everybody else would have stayed out. It's just kind of how it goes as a leader.
Oh, 100%.
And that's going to be my excuse why I don't lead laps, actually. Why I don't win races or anything. You know, I don't want to be the leader because I don't know what people are going to do behind me. That's what we're going to go with. It's not that I'm not fast enough or anything. It's just, yeah, that's my excuse.
And you know what? When in doubt, come up with a good enough excuse, you'll be good.
I thought you were about to make up a really good one here for Kevin Thompson. When in doubt, stay out. But I mean, I like that.
That would have been funnier than what I said. So
generally, when I'm in
congratulations
doubt,
on
I'm
that.
like, if I'm in doubt, I'm just going to pit anyways. Who cares? We'll drive it back.
Which, for those that don't know, we are not just in the booth or designing cars here at Knapp Daddy Racing. We also do a little bit of racing ourselves. And by racing ourselves, I mean John does all the racing, and I'm his spotter. And I cannot tell you how many times we have had words over pit road strategy. Had some conversation. Used the English language. But who is just going to use nothing but raw speed here is Kevin Thompson. What a jump here on the restart. He's got Stephen Bonomo on the high side there. Mike Leftwich on the low side. Andrew St. Coeur will be right there battling with him in fourth place. Andrew St. Coeur got to get around. Stephen Bonomo going to dive to the low side to make that happen.
Look
Stephen
at Joe
Bonomo going to
McKnight.
be all the way. Whew. Stephen Bonomo was all the way up there at the high side. It's going to be 3 wide as they're trying to get around him. Stephen Bonomo not able to stay up to speed here with the rest of these guys. Kevin Thompson still in the race lead. Mike Leftwich right behind him. Andrew St. Coeur now in third. Joe McKnight battling out there in fourth. And we've got a cluster behind fourth. Joe McKnight, Jamie Horne, Gary Clune, Josh Cully, and Adam Thompson right behind him.
Look at this racing going on. Ain't it beautiful?
This is going to be a sprint to the finish
look
right
at
here.
Adam
Oh,
Thompson.
Mike Leftwich. Mike Leftwich goes high. Oh, that's going to take out Gary Clune. That's going to take out Adam Thompson. Mike Leftwich tried to make a move right there to get to the high side. He completed the move, but wasn't able to keep the speed, and that caused a checkup on that high side. And that's going to be a pretty big impact for both Adam Thompson and Gary Clune there.
Yeah, one of those cars is done. Brandon Trush off the track there. See if we can get a little bit more behind these cars, see what was going on. I saw Adam Thompson go to 3 wide. Yeah, it looks like Gary Clune just didn't know that he was there. Trying to avoid Mike Leftwich coming up the track. I mean, that's just racing. That's just what happens sometimes. You don't want to take out the guy in front of you, but I hate it for both of those guys. And both of those were my picks tonight.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Like I said, that Gary really didn't have anywhere to go. He was kind of stuck in that spot. Mike Leftwich made that move up to the high side. He made the move. He completed it. Just the speeds weren't the same, so Gary Clune had to have somewhere to go. And when he ended up coming down, ended up getting to Adam Thompson. Well, Adam Thompson went around that, ended up collecting Brandon Trush as well.
And Clune is able to drive it down pit road. I don't know how much damage he's going to have. But speaking of Gary Clune, I did have a graphic prepared for him tonight as well. As you can see some of the stats he has over the season. Average rating of 93.9, finishing top 10 56% of the time, and catching a win this season over 24 starts. I mean, he was kind of doing pretty well here tonight, but unfortunately, just a little accident got him.
Looks like Brandon Trush also able to limp it onto pit road. I'm not seeing a ton of damage on the car of Gary Clune. Adam Thompson beat up pretty bad, unfortunately for him. Just goes to show you some of the crazy racing that can happen here at Kansas. So many different lanes you can run that all have speed, but it's just being able to try to get up there and hang on to it at the end. So when we restart this thing, it is going to be Kevin Thompson at the front, Andrew St. Coeur right behind him, Joe McKnight going to be in third, Mike Leftwich going to be in fourth place, Jamie Horne going to be restarting fifth, Josh Cully in sixth place. Did just hear Jamie Horne come over the radio. Thinks he does have some damage from that last caution. I was actually trying to talk to Mike Leftwich a little bit, see if he can figure out exactly how much damage he has. Said he feels like his wheel is turning to the right, which is not what you want when you have to turn left a lot, as the pace car makes one of those left turns. And we are about to get underway here again. Green flag in the air, lap 123. When we cross the stripe here. 12 laps to go. Kevin Thompson out to the race lead once again. Andrew St. Coeur on the high side of Joe McKnight. Jamie Horne battling with Mike Leftwich to stay inside the top 5. Josh Cully goes to the inside. He's going to get the inside of Jamie Horne.
Tyler Millett's going to try to follow here on the inside as well.
You saw Josh Cully, Tyler Millett, and Tony Martin all go way below the white line there, trying to take the line where they could. Mike Leftwich Like he's a little bit slow on the track. He's losing a lot of position right now.
Got a battle for the lead up front to St. Coeur there on the inside. His teammate.
St. Coeur on the inside of his team. Kevin Thompson, St. Coeur going to take the race lead here. Joe McKnight trying to battle with Kevin Thompson for that second place spot. Looks like we saw Joe McKnight get a little bit into the wall, but able to bounce it right back down to the bottom. He's going to take second place from Kevin Thompson if he can complete the pass right here. Oh, Kevin Thompson's going to get the wall a little bit right there. It's going to let Josh Cully get up and get into third place. Tony Martin, Jamie Horne, 3 wide with Kevin Thompson.
Oh.
Jamie Horne.
He got really tight on that exit there.
Got really tight on the exit. Kills the run of Justin McMahon. Justin McMahon was dropping like a bat out of hell right there for a second. He was up several spots on the restart. He's now going to have to fall back and try to battle his way around Eric Wahrman right there, back just outside the top 10. Josh Cully trying to rip the high side up at the front. Ooh, barely clears the 94 of Tyler Millette. Tony Martin going to use the low side. He's going to get around.
Look at the blue
Tyler
too.
Millette. He's going to fire his way into 4th place. Nick Atwood, who we saw involved in a caution earlier, also going to try to get around Tyler Millette on the low side. People have been using the low side to huge benefit tonight. Seven laps to go here in the Knapp Daddy Designs 201 at Kansas Speedway. Is anyone going to be able to run down Andrew St. Coeur?
Tyler Millette holding off Nick Atwood. He has been fast on that high side all night long. Josh Cully moving up. I'm not even sure if Joe McKnight went off the track. There's no way.
What?
I do not have Joe McKnight anymore.
Joe McKnight had been sitting up there in 2nd place. He had been ahead of Josh Cully.
That is unfortunate.
I mean, it looks like his internet just up and died. Andrew St. Coeur out to a commanding lead right now, almost a second over that number 88 machine of Josh Cully. Tyler Millette trying to look to the inside of Josh Cully. Everyone trying to figure out if they have something for that BMP machine of Andrew St. Coeur. Nothing doing right now. Eric Horne on the move behind these guys as well. He's back up into the top 6. He's trying to get caught up to the bumper of Nick Atwood. Nick Atwood looking to the inside of Tony Martin right now. Just saw it come across my screen. Joe McKnight connection dropped due to upload packet loss. So unfortunate to see been such a great run for Joe McKnight tonight. Checking in on Jamie Horne. Jamie Horne now back in 11th place. Definitely dealing with some damage from that last caution.
I think that car is just a little bit tight. Nick Atwood all in the bumper of Tyler Millette, Tony Martin behind Nick Atwood.
We are going to start to see some battles for position here as these guys are fighting their way to the very end here. White flag next time by. 0.8 of a second for Andrew St. Coeur over Josh Cully. Tyler Millette throws a block on Nick Atwood, not trying to give up that spot. From Eric Wahrman on back, they have cleared the rest of the competition. Half of the second separates Eric Wahrman and Justin McMahon for 6th and 7th. Andrew St. Coeur over a second of a lead as he takes the white flag here in the Knapp Daddy Designs 201 at Kansas Speedway. Josh Cully still sitting in second place. Tyler Millette still sitting in third, but he's got a battle going on with Nicholas Atwood. It's going to be very, very close, but not for the win. Andrew St. Coeur takes the win in the Knapp Daddy Designs 201 here at Kansas. Josh Cully going to finish in second place. Tyler Millette going to barely beat out Nicholas Atwood for third place. Nick Atwood going to finish fourth. Tony Martin going to finish in fifth. What a race, what a run, what a team with BMP, and what a race for Andrew St. Coeur. Gonna pull it back around to that checkered flag line. I know he's been digging for it for a while, and he gets it done here tonight in the Knapp Daddy Designs 201, and he is finally going to be able to burn it down again. Well deserved and earned for Mr. Andrew St. Coeur. BMAC in the comments. Woohoo. Congrats, my son. Well done. And well done indeed it was for Mr. Andrew St. Coeur. What a race.
Yeah, I'm just trying to process everything that's just happening here and get everything right for our upcoming interviews. But what a fantastic race that was. I mean, you got your guy in top two there. Josh Cully was your pick tonight. He's going to take away second place. I believe that was close to what he did last time. If we pull up our last time out.
I believe second place was what he got last time.
Yeah. Started 29th last time. Tonight 18 spots down, so starting 20th tonight and coming all the way to finish second place. I think it's safe to say Josh Cully likes this track. Tyler Millette taking home third place, but the big talk of the night, Andrew St. Coeur up 18 spots to be your race winner. Going to keep climbing up in those points as we pull up the point standings before tonight's results.
You're saying something to consider too. What a run that is for Andrew St. Coeur, not just to get that win, but also Jamie Horne dealing with that damage at the end of the race is going to finish in 11th. There's going to be some pretty big movement for Andrew St. Coeur there in the points. And even though his teammate, Kevin Thompson, ended up finishing in 12th, he did take both of the stages tonight, so there's going to be some good points for him as well.
Yeah.
Also saw Sean Thompson in the comments saying Dodgers win, let's go, for those that maybe missed it and care about baseball. Dodgers had the bases loaded. A grounder got hit back to the Phillies pitcher, and he made a very bad throw to the catcher, allowing the Dodgers to win the game. It is a walk-off grounder to the pitcher.
Wow. What a night. What a night. What a night. Nick Atwood finishing 4th. Tony Martin 5th. Eric Wahrman 6th. Justin McMahon 7th. Daniel Wilkerson 8th, Chris Simon 9th, Gary Clune wrapping up your top 10. Bringing home 11th, Jamie Horne, a little tight there at the end. Kevin Thompson led a lot of laps tonight, got both stage wins, finishing 12th, Bill Gentry in 13th, Mike Leftwich 14th, Steve Bonomo 15th, 16th is going to be Joe McKnight, Brandon Trush 17th, and Adam Thompson taking home 18th position. We are going to take a quick break, get these drivers up here for some interviews, and we will be right back. and we are back here on Doghouse Racing TV. Got your top three up here in the waiting room waiting for interviews here. I got first Tyler Millette coming up to the booth. Tyler, you got a copy with me in the booth?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, congratulations on the run tonight. You had a fast car all night. I noticed that is a different paint scheme you got there, too. Might be bringing you some good luck. She's had some good runs here lately. Talk to us about this run and what was going on through your head those last few laps holding off Josh Cully.
Oh man, listen, that car said it was getting super tight on me. I had built the thing to start out kind of tight and develop loose over the run, but we were racing so hard, so intense that I didn't have time to cool the tires, and knew I could try to hold on to it. Knew I probably wasn't gonna get to the leader, but I started seeing Atwood coming up, and I said we're going to play defensive, and fortunately it was just loose enough to stick on that top and hold a good defensive line, get a good run off the corner. But it was definitely some wild racing tonight, some really good action back and forth, and shout out to all the drivers for putting on quite a show because my heart's in my throat from that one.
Yeah, man, you were doing some defensive player of the year work out there in those last few laps to hold off Josh Cully. I want to hear about some of these lines that were being used tonight. Didn't really see much of the high side, but when you had to use the high side when the driver's on your inside, it seemed like you were the only driver able to power through and kind of hold your position there. Tell us about the high side versus the low side as the run went on.
The high side, like used to be before we noticed, like you could always migrate up top halfway through the run and probably do good with it. Here, for whatever reason, like none of us were having success. We were getting up top and it was just getting super loose, and you'd have to go back to the bottom. Mostly, I tried to kind of favor that low to middle groove, but like I said, right there at the end, I knew with the right rear the heat it had in it that I could probably get it to rotate off the center and give me the good runoff that I needed. And it wasn't really what I was building the car for, but I'm real glad it worked out that way.
Absolutely. I apologize. I was saying Josh Cully. It was Nick Atwood that was behind you that you were holding off. But either way, both those guys very fast tonight, hard charging, just like yourself. Very fast car. But next week, heading out to Las Vegas. Tell us about Vegas and what you expect to do out there.
I hopefully win that one, but but no, I always love Vegas. It's a fun track. I feel like I've always had pretty good results there. Pace, I'm always pretty good on it. It doesn't take me a lot of work to get up to speed with it. So I'm hoping, we kind of have the same setup there, kind of rotating the center corner. I know the exit 4 can really kill you at Vegas, so hopefully we can work towards mitigating that and give us a good solid run.
Absolutely, man. Well, congrats again. And before I let you go, any shout outs or sponsors you want to give?
Yeah, I want to shout out to you all. You guys put on an awesome broadcast. Good time. Like I always enjoy going back and watching them. Shout out to Daniel for putting on this league. Shout out to all the guys that show up to it and put on a good show. I mean, we couldn't do this without y'all and everybody that tunes in and watches. We really appreciate the support. Shout out to all the sponsors we have. Like same thing, we couldn't do it without them. Appreciate all the support they've all give. Shout out to Mom and Dad. I know they're watching right now. Mom probably about flipped her chair over watching that last lap, but I hope they enjoyed it. Hope they got a good show, and just shout out to everybody for putting on a good race, man. I mean, you don't get any better than this.
You do not get any better than this, man. But congrats again, and I will hope to see you next week up here.
All right, man. Sounds good. I appreciate y'all.
Have a good night.
Take care, man.
Yep.
It's going to be Tyler Millette finishing in third place tonight here at Kansas. I was about to say it was his also hometown track for him, but that is Kentucky down there, and I'm just losing my mind just a little bit. But coming up next, I do have your second place finisher in Mr. Josh Cully. So I pull him up here to the booth. Josh, you got a copy of this in the booth? Hey, Josh, you got a copy in the booth with us? I see him trying.
Can you hear me now?
I got you right now. How you doing, man?
All right. Good, good. How are you guys?
We are doing good, man. Just watching another great run from you. We had a graphic pulled up earlier tonight where last time we were at Kansas, you started in 29th and came in second. Tonight, I believe you started 20th or 21st, came in second place. Tell us about this track and what you like about it. Obviously, something working for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was really tough to pass, but, we just slowly worked our way up there and got up there. A little bit of pit strategy. You get like 7, 8 tenths behind a guy and you start feeling the aero wake, and the dirty air, and then you kind of get stuck. But if I was able to kind of get my left front corner out and underneath the guys, and that's how I gained position. And then there at the end, I thought I might have something for the leader running the high line, but I just ran out of grip, and I was either going to crash or slow down. So
Well, you
brought it
were
home second.
tonight. Tonight you were Hunter's pick to win the race. You came in second place, which is pretty close. But we're headed to Vegas next week. What is your thoughts on Vegas?
I've been running a little bit this week on the officials, so I'm feeling pretty good about the setups I got. And it's a tricky track. The inside lane's really bumpy in 1 and 2, so yeah, that's gonna probably you know cause a caution or two maybe. But I think it'll be a good race, and I don't know. I live Vegas is kind of the closest track to where I live, so um, I'm hoping to do well there. I'll roll the dice and see what happens.
Oh yeah, I like that one a lot. Roll the dice there at Vegas. But yeah, I was looking at your we have a graphic up for you tonight, and showing that you have an average of a gain of 13.7 positions. Average start is 25th place over the course of the year. Will we ever see you qualify?
I don't know because like during qualifying, I do my all my stuff I need to do before the race. Use the restroom and everything I need to do. So if I'm in a points battle like this season, I'm just kind of trying to ride and learn and get used to racing with these guys and that kind of thing. So next season, I feel like if we're in the hunt for the points, then we might just try to go for it. But like I said, this year I'm just trying to learn how to race with these guys and how things work and be a part of the league, a beneficial part of the league, I guess.
Yeah, definitely a staple in the league and staple up here in the broadcast booth. Always looking forward to see you moving through the pack every single week. But before I let you go, any shout outs or sponsors you want to give?
Just want to thank Doghouse Racing League, you guys for broadcasting, everybody that's involved. I think it's a Group 6 is the league sponsor. So yeah, just everybody that helps out and makes it happen. It's a good time every week, so I enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Well, congratulations again tonight on P2, and looking forward to seeing you back up here next week at kind of a hometown track for you.
All right, we'll try.
All right, have a good one.
Take care, man.
Bye.
It's going to be Josh Cully coming home in second place tonight from the back to the front, per usual in Josh Cully fashion. And good pick tonight, Hunter. That was a very good pick.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Josh Cully holding up my pick there, so I appreciate that very much. Also got a quick comment in here from Tyler Millette, saying number 94 here. Also a shout out to my fiance for watching as well. I left her out despite her standing right next to me. And then his fiance immediately below that. I'll forgive you this time.
Oh Lord.
Love to see love to see the love, man.
Yeah, this time. Don't do it again.
Tyler, I'll remind you next time, buddy, just in case.
Hey, sometimes I forget to shout you out too when you're my spotter. And I'm like, got you in my ear the whole time I'm doing the interview. And, oh, my bad. Yeah.
Doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
No, not a bit. Anyways, I got Andrew St. Coeur coming up here, your race winner. Andrew, you got a copy of this in the booth?
I got you.
Hey, congratulations on first place tonight. That was a fantastic run. Tell us about that pit stop there at the end. You decided to pit with the pack. Your teammate, Kevin Thompson, stayed out. What was the thought process coming down with about 30 to go?
Yeah, so the guys that stayed out, Kevin and I think Leftwich and Steve Buomo, those fellas had pitted, I think it was 30 laps or so prior to that, maybe not quite that much. And they took their last set of tires. So we, that was the play. The play was at that point, we knew everybody else was, had already taken their set of tires. So everybody, I'm pretty sure that pitted in that cycle was taking their last set. Nobody had, I don't think anybody was leaving anything to the end for another caution. That would be the fear, of course, and get hung out on old tires like I did the prior run when I led, and I think I had 19 lap older tires and I got loose, but I'm sure you guys covered that nicely. But anyway, yeah, so then I was really working hard on that down that pit road to get on Jamie as close as I could, entering pit road and then trying to hit my box perfect so I could get off pit road in front of him. I was really just working hard to try to make that pit stop as clean, that pit entry into the stall and get off pit road or out of the box without spinning, just to try to get ahead of Jamie. And it did work, thankfully. And I think that might have been the difference maker, in fairness, because if Jamie had got in front of me off that pit road or stayed in front of me, I don't think with dirty air, it's really, really difficult. You guys saw that tonight many, many times, even with people. I think that run where I got loose, where I was leading a number of laps and Kev was on I think he was on 18, 19 lap fresher tires than me, and he was getting within 6-7 tenths and he couldn't get past that. That just goes to show how much clean air means. So anyway, things kind of aligned for me tonight. I had an awful qualifying. I hit the wall out of 2. So lap didn't count, so I had to start at the back. A number of us started at the back. Jamie started at the back. I started at the back. Josh Cully started at the back. He had a fantastic run tonight too. So we kind of were patient, got up through the field, but we had to work for it tonight for sure. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a graphic earlier about your head-to-head matchup with Jamie Horne. You two have been going at it all season long. I believe they have updated the points, and it's pulled you in just a little bit, now sitting 76 points behind the leader, Jamie Horne.
It's all that working. You gain 9 points. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's a gain in the right direction, right? So that's all I can do and keep working at it. So, yeah. So it's Jamie's a hell of a competitor. Actually, it's funny. I'm reading your chat there for the broadcast right now, and I think BMAC made a comment about how great it would be to see Andrew and Jamie neck and neck at the line. I would 100% disagree with that. Yeah. So we'll have to have a chat later about that. But about who she's cheering for and who she should be cheering for and only cheering for. But anyway, I'm only kidding. No, it's always fun to race with Jamie, and I got to have a call out tonight too. I he doesn't get called out very often in here at all, but Joe McKnight, I mean, it was absolutely heartbreaking at the end. A few laps left, and he disconnected. Internet issues. I mean, that guy was on fire. He was on rails all night. He was my worry at the end on fresh tires. In fairness, and I knew I had to clear him on the final restart because he was going to be hard to beat. If he got in front of me, I think we would have been in a similar situation where I might have had a hard time getting by him. So, shout out to him tonight because he had a fantastic run.
Yeah, absolutely. What a heartbreaker to see him have to disconnect there for network issues there at the very end. We were tracking it, and then I think we cut back to somebody else in the pack, and all of a sudden I tried to go to Joe McKnight, and he was gone from my my screen over here. So heartbreaker
exactly.
for him. But heading to Vegas next week, another chance for you to grow more into the points here. We got about 5 races left of this playoffs. What are you looking forward to? What are you looking to bring to Vegas?
Vegas is another 1.5 miles that traditionally I've been it's in my wheelhouse. Those are the sort of tracks like this one that I thrive on. In fairness, and those are the ones I tend to get the majority of my wins on. So hopefully next week, and I've won there a couple times in this league, I believe. So hopefully next week I can come with the setup that I need to compete and not just hopefully win, but hopefully get some really good stage points. Obviously, you the stage points can add up and really assist you a lot. So it's not just going for the win; it's trying to be up front at those key moments to gather those stage points. So.
Absolutely. Well, congrats again tonight on the win. And before I let you go, any sponsors or shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I got to thank the team, BMP. Kev had a great run tonight. Actually, everybody had a good run tonight. Kev, he tried to play the tire strategy. It just didn't work out for him. If we had gone green, it would have been really interesting to see how that race would have finished. Nick, I think, came up to 4th at the end, so fantastic job for Nick. And of course, Gary, another sad moment for Gary. He had a fantastic run tonight. He's been running really well the last number of races, last week at New Hampshire as well, and just not getting the finishes that he I think he deserves. But I think at the end of the day, it's just one of those things. He's just going to have to work through it, and he will get them eventually. But he's definitely I say we can probably give him the most improved award for sure. So shout out to him, and then shout out to you and you two for calling the great broadcast, and Daniel for hosting the league, and a shout out to BMAC for watching again tonight. So thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Well, congrats one more time on first place, and looking forward to talking to you next week.
Oh, one more call out, Mark McCrae, my cousin. Yeah, I see he's in chat there, so make sure I call him out. So thanks for watching, Mark.
Said he wouldn't spoil the Bruins game for you.
Yeah, no, that's all right. The Leafs won last night, so it's all good.
All right, man.
All
Well,
right, see you later.
have a good night.
Later.
That's going to be Andrew St. Coeur finishing first place here tonight, moving up just a little bit in the points. Jamie Horne still out to a lead here in the points. Got about a 76-point lead over top of Andrew St. Coeur. Other big movements, Kevin Thompson moving up a spot into 4th place. Justin Mann moving down a spot into 5th place. The rest, 6 through 9, Simon, Clune, Adam Thompson, Josh Cully staying the same. Tyler Millette moving up 2 spots, getting himself into that top 10 on points. So definitely things starting to shift up a little bit here as we're at the halfway point of this playoff run, heading to Vegas next week. What do you think about Vegas, Hunter?
I think Vegas is going to be super fun. I know we've called a couple races there before, and it's always been a blast. I remember Kansas, same thing with Kansas. Kansas was so much fun earlier this year. So it's nice to be able to go back to the tracks that we already know are super fun. And we're going to see a lot of good battles. I mean, Andrew St. Coeur, you just heard him talk about it, really loves the 1.5 mile tracks. Jamie Horne was so fast tonight, but unfortunately got involved in that late caution, and it kind of knocked him out of the run. But I think we're going to have a lot of really great battles next week. But Vegas, like we were saying, also 1.5 miles, but different, I think, in all the right ways from Kansas. So it's going to be fun.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a tricky track. You can feel like you're fast but burning tires at the same time, and sometimes you feel like you're fast and you're just not fast at all. It's kind of a hard one for me to judge personally, but I know some of these guys know it pretty well and can figure it out. But before we head out of here, why don't you tell us about our sponsors one more time?
I would be happy to do that. Once again, huge shout out to Group 6 for being our series sponsor here this year. You see it each and every week. On that number 24 machine of Justin McMahon, Group 6 is a leading creative agency, and they are passionate about crafting cutting-edge websites, developing dynamic web solutions, and providing top-tier managed hosting. It's their online presence. Explore their wide range of services at group6inc.com and see how they can drive your digital success. Special thanks once again to Group 6 for being our series sponsor this year. Tonight's race here at Kansas Speedway was brought to you by Knapp Daddy Designs. For those that don't know, myself and John make up Knapp Daddy Racing. We are not just in the booth, we are also on the back end of the iRacing design world as well. Knapp Daddy Racing was actually originally started as an iRacing design shop just last year, and we've expanded to try to be your one-stop shop for anything and everything iRacing. Be sure to check out our website at knapdaddyracing.com for all of your custom design, template, or logo needs. And be sure to check out the free content that is available on the website as well. Lots of new stuff posted this week, including some new templates and designs. You can go check those out for a very, very reasonable price. And if you're not into iRacing, be sure to grab a t-shirt or a hat. Help support the boys over here. You can check us out here each and every week on Doghouse Racing TV for Thursday night Group 6 Cup Series. You can check us out on our own YouTube channel, Knapp Daddy Racing, on Monday nights for the Knapp Daddy Racing League, and live on TikTok and Twitch as often as we can. Once again, from both myself and John, we cannot emphasize enough how proud we are to be a part of the Doghouse Racing League and them giving us our shot in broadcasting. It is our pleasure to be the race sponsor. Doghouse Racing League is also very proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations to try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. The Doghouse Racing League in the Group 6 Cup Series is also very proud to be sponsored by Butt Kicker. If you want the very best in racing sim haptics, be sure to head over to their website at thebuttkicker.com and check out what they have today. Trusted by both professionals and the everyday driver. It will enhance your racing experience. And if you go pick up something on their website, I can guarantee you will like it. Thank you once again to Butt Kicker for being a longtime friend and sponsor of the Doghouse Racing League and the Group 6 Cup Series. Thank you once again to everybody for joining us tonight. We still have 10 people in the stream, even at the very end. Thank you for sitting all the way to the very end and maybe missing your baseball game, maybe missing your football game to come out here and hang out with us. It means the world to us. It means the world to these drivers. Be sure you subscribe if you have not yet. We start race 6 of the playoffs next week, and the action is only going to keep getting better. So be sure you subscribe so you do not miss any of the action. Leave a like on the stream. It helps so much. And thank you to everyone who was leaving comments, cheering on the drivers. Again, beating a dead horse here, but it is our favorite part of being up here in the broadcast booth, being able to read all the comments of people supporting. So thank you to each and every one of you who decided to join us tonight for the Group 6 Cup Series and the Knapp Daddy Designs 201. And we look forward to being up here in the booth next Thursday at Vegas.
That was really good. But with that said, that's going to be just about it for us here tonight with that really good outro there by Hunter. I don't have much left to say, but if you want to check out more racing action, the Doghouse Racing League is going to start back up Tuesday night series, the next season starting on this coming up Tuesday at 7:45 on Intensity Broadcasting. Be sure to go check them out, showing your favorite drivers. A lot of them from this series going over there to drive in the ARCA series. And then on Friday night, this Friday night actually, if you are looking to join the Doghouse Racing League, there is a recruitment race for their upcoming fixed next gen series. I believe that's going to start at 7 o'clock practice time open, and then 8 o'clock is when the actual race is going to start. I might be wrong, but if so, if you're interested in joining, reach out to Bill Gentry, Jamie Horne, Daniel Wilkerson, Tyler Millett, or anybody else in the Doghouse Racing League. Reach out to me, and I'll get you in touch with the right people to get that going in the right direction. I'm not sure when that season's going to start, but I know it's coming soon. Going to be very exciting. I'm going to be driving in it, so hopefully I can actually, make it around the track a few times. But with that said, that is just about it. Thank you so much for joining again. As Hunter said, like, subscribe. Thank you for your comments. It helps us out. Not only know what to do better on, but it also helps us with the algorithm a little bit too. So I want to thank everybody for that, and I hope to catch everybody next week at Vegas. So for the last time tonight, I've been John.
And I've been Hunter.
We will see you guys next week.
Take care, everybody.
Las Vegas, land of deserts, casinos, and the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Tonight, the Doghouse Racing League Group 6 Cup Series takes on the deserts of Las Vegas, Nevada. Is it gonna be one of our old-timers? Is it gonna be one of the newcomers? This 1.5-mile track with 20 degrees of banking is gonna be a challenge these drivers have not faced yet this season. Who is gonna take the flag tonight? Tonight, live on Doghouse Racing TV, it's the Doghouse Racing League Group 6 Cup Series, battling it out at the Mars Properties 201 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.